Hey there guys, I am SonicGhost, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Pikmin. Last time, we crash landed on this mysterious planet, and we found Pikmin, a brand new species that Olimar will be using to help find his missing ship parts and return to Planet Hocotate. And jumping in before we continue our adventure, I want to mention here that starting in the new play control version of the Wii game, you can actually revert your days to previous adventures. So if there's something you did in one day that you just weren't happy on, you can just go ahead and press the plus or minus button to advance or subtract days and redo certain days here in the game, which is a very nice thing that they added starting the Wii version. And thankfully, the Nintendo Switch version also has this day reversing system. So you can do that if you want, but we're going to be jumping back into day 2 here of Pikmin. And now with that out of the way, let's head to our second area of the game, the Forest of Hope. My dolphin has returned to the surface along with the Pikmin's onion. Being alone on this strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy. So I shall call the Pikmin out of the onion. All I need to do is stand in the light beneath the onion and press A. So just like Olimar said, standing under light, now we'll be able to take out as many red Pikmin as we want. We only have 25 in the onion, so we can just hold down on the left stick and take all 25 of them out. But you can take out very specific number of Pikmin if you so choose. But here, we got some pellets. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some Pikmin from them and put the rest of my Pikmin on this wall to break it down. Now, I am bringing back a red pellet, which will give me 2 red Pikmin, but I got a yellow pellet over here, which if I bring that back, I'm only gonna get 1 Pikmin out of this said pellet. So this is the whole idea of color coding your pellets to the onions starts coming into play that we talked about back in the Impact Crater. So because there are new color pellets here, we'll start seeing we're gonna be getting less Pikmin if we bring them back to the red onions. So I wanted to collect that first yellow pellet, but for now we're gonna be leaving the yellow pellets in the area because we're gonna want these for later. The red Pikmin don't really need the yellow pellets, as there are plenty of red pellets around and even enemies here. This is our first area of the game. We'll start dealing with enemies that we need to fight. We can see one just right in front of this wall. This creature here, I'm gonna be throwing Pikmin at it because it will try to eat the said Pikmin. This is a Bulborb. Want to go ahead and throw Pikmin right on top of the Bulborb because they land right on their backs. They will die in an instant. It's an insta-kill. Otherwise, you're going to have to fight these things and just kind of do your best to survive because, let's be honest, we don't want our Pikmin to get eaten. That makes me sad. So I don't want to see my Pikmin die. And it's going to be very easy for certain situations for the Pikmin to just get kind of annihilated if we're not careful. Mainly with enemies that want to eat your Pikmin, because if you're not careful, enemies can easily overwhelm you in this game, making it so that, well, there's really not much to be able to do. So we want to be very careful here in certain situations. But for now, let's grab some more pellets, and I'm just going to be very careful, going to let my Pikmin take that back, and while those other Pikmin are on those flowers, I'm going to be punching these Bulborbs here with Olimar, as if you don't have any Pikmin with you and just press the A button, Olimar does have an attack of his own. But you have to be careful because he also has his own health. And if he runs out of health, that's game over for Olimar. So we don't want him to be running low on health. So we want to be very careful. If he is low on health though, we can go back to the ship, stand in front of it, and press the A button. I have recovered 1 of 30 ship parts. Just 4 more parts will increase the Dolphin's capabilities. While confirming the ship's status, I have taken the opportunity to repair my spacesuit. Anytime you're low on health, go back to your ship and just press the A button to get not only a little status update on how many parts you have and how many you need to go to another area, but also to get your health back, because that is a very crucial thing. I see we have a little bit of a traffic jam here, as Pikmin 1 is kind of a janky game. This was a GameCube launch title after all. And certain things like, you know, this situation where pellets can just kind of sit in front of your onion with no one moving. Yeah, this can just happen. It's really not ideal, so I'm gonna move Pikmin off of certain pellets because it seems like it's the one pellet that's probably causing problems, and sure enough, as soon as I move the Pikmin out of the way, then the 10 pellet was able to get deposited. You gotta love original GameCube jank. It's definitely more of a product of this time. Pikmin 1 has aged in very interesting ways. I still really enjoy this game and revisit it very often. Every, I would say, year to 2 years, I will do some kind of a playthrough of Pikmin 1. Whether it be a full, just like casual 100% playthrough, or maybe I'll do like some kind of challenge run. I would be playing this game in some capacity. It's just a fun and short game to play, which makes it really good on the Nintendo Switch, because it's a great game to play on the go. Here I'm swarming this grass because out of the grass can pop nectar. Another intriguing discovery! A local variety of grass produces a sort of yellow nectar. When the Pikmin drink this delicacy, they instantly mature in the flowers. This apparent Pikmin favorite seems to be full of nutrition. Closer observation is needed to determine the strengths and peculiarities of these flower Pikmin. So, Olimar doesn't really know how flower Pikmin work, but I do. So, to explain how flower Pikmin work, you can already see it immediately as we move around. Notice how much faster flower Pikmin are compared to leaves? That is your big advantage. Flower Pikmin move a lot faster. There are 3 different stages of life of Pikmin, and it goes leaves, the buds, the flowers. You want your Pikmin to be flowers as they will move the fastest, which is really ideal in a lot of situations. While we're having my Pikmin starting to do some work on a wall, I wanted to go ahead and try to take out this Bulbasaur without getting eaten. Unfortunately, it seems like one of my Pikmin, yeah, you kind of have to be a sacrifice, unfortunately. Not much you can do in a situation like that. Sometimes death is just an inevitability in Pikmin. Try to do a no Pikmin Lost style run. It can be really difficult because a lot of things can easily happen and make you lose a lot of Pikmin. Why, it's the internal fuel dynamo! It has unlimited energy supply. I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore. This will make my fight for survival a bit easier. So this is just an essential, like, glorified battery for Olimar. Might as well grab it. We do need it after all, for reasons. So we'll just grab that ship part and let the Pikmin take it back. Since a lot of these Pikmin are flowers, they move a little bit faster, but it is kind of a mix now of leaves, buds, and flowers. And you can even see the different designs here on the Pikmin heads, which is a nice little detail that you want to be paying attention to just to see how fast your Pikmin will be moving. You don't actually need to evolve your Pikmin past the leaf states to do anything in this game, but it does make your life easier as now Pikmin can actually keep up with you, because leaves and even buds can't keep up with Olimar. They will be a little bit slower than him. Eternal Fuel Dynamo. This should light things up. No more candles for me! I now recovered 2 of the 30 ship parts. If I can find just 3 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. And it sounds like as soon as that ship part got back to the dolphin, the wall I was working on has now finished, which is really good timing. But for now, though, I'm actually going to put 10 Pikmin on this bridge and just let them work on that for a little while, as I want to get some more stuff done in the game. And that's the thing about Pikmin that I really do like. This game encourages multitasking. And depending on how good of a multitasker you are, you can get a lot of stuff done in a very short amount of time, making your life a lot easier. But if you don't know how to multitask, you can still do things in this game pretty comfortably. It can make things a little bit harder on you in certain situations, and you may take longer to beat the game, but you don't necessarily need to multitask in order to beat Pikmin. But over here on the ground, we see ourselves a yellow onion. And out of the yellow onion comes out a new seed. A yellow looking seed this time. So it looks like there are more than just red Pikmin here in this world. My clock has indicated the coming of noon. From now on, I must pay close attention to the sun meter on my monitor and choose my actions accordingly. So, it is best for me to review my monitor's data. Across the top of the monitor are the sun meter and day display. At the bottom are my spacesuit damage meter and Pikmin gauges. From the left, these numbers reflect Pikmin under my command. Pikmin in the field, and total Pikmin, including those in onions. To adjust my monitor, I can move the right stick to rotate the camera and press ZR to zoom, and then move down on the right stick to look down from above. I can also press plus to view a detailed computer analysis. All good information to know, and we'll be going over how the timing system works here in Pikmin, but first things first, we got a brand new Pikmin to pluck here. May I introduce you to the yellow Pikmin. The color is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. First glance suggests that this one has what, in some circles, could be considered very large ears. It looks like it may weigh less than the others. In what other ways might it be different from the red Pikmin? I must be sure to observe it closely. I can hold a Pikmin for a moment with A, and then swap it with another by pressing the R button. That piece of information is a really good thing to note, because starting in the Wii version of Pikmin, you were able to swap Pikmin on the fly by pressing buttons. In the original GameCube release, you could not swap the Pikmin you were holding in your hand to throw. This was introduced in the next game in the series, Pikmin 2. So, luckily, with re-releases of Pikmin 1, they have added this functionality into the original game, which I'm very thankful for, because going back to the GameCube game, not being able to change your Pikmin in your hand, man, it's kind of frustrating to go back with that kind of mechanic. It makes a lot of situations a lot harder on the player, especially if you have a big group like I have now of different colored Pikmin, but you want to throw a very specific one. In this case, I have way more reds in my party than yellow Pikmin, making it next to impossible to throw a yellow Pikmin in this situation. But now that we have more than one Pikmin type in our party, we can actually just press the X button to disband them, and now notice how the Pikmin will separate into different groups. So this also makes your life a lot easier too if you had to separate Pikmin and use a very specific type for a specific job, because now you can disband them and they will be in their own little group, making it easier for you to pick out the Pikmin you actually need. So here I'm just going to be throwing my Pikmin around in these enemies and also try to get some of these pellets and also the enemies, although I want more of these to go to the yellows, which can be a little bit easier said than done, especially with how many Pikmin I have in the area. Sometimes swarming, not the best idea if you want Pikmin to go to a very specific area, because the more Pikmin carrying of a certain color, well, that's where it's going to go. In this case, more red Pikmin are trying to carry this dead Bulborb back to base, meaning that the red Pikmin are going to be taking this Bulborb back into the red onion to grow more red Pikmin, which right now, I don't want that. So if I try to throw more yellow Pikmin to carry this said enemy, now they'll start being shifted in the said direction and come back over here to where the yellow onion is located, which is really helpful for us. Heard a little chime in the background, which means that that bridge we had the Pikmin work on from before is now done. So now we can go over to that bridge and get those Pikmin back on our party, or even go over on the said bridge and see what's on the other side. But for right now, there's no reason to actually go over to the bridge, as there's nothing for us to do. For right now though, we want to go ahead and swarm our Pikmin around these objects. The yellow Pikmin had picked up some peculiar stones. Why did they decide to grab them? This action seems to be instinctive to the yellow Pikmin. But just what are these strange glowing stones? Brightly glowing cracks cover them. Perhaps these cracks indicate that there's tremendous power locked away within. This merits further research. And what do we do in this house to research things? Well, we throw Pikmin, don't you know? So this here is a stone wall. Try to throw a Pikmin on to do any work, and nothing will be done. You can't destroy these unless you have bomb rocks. That's what these said rocks are. They are explosives. The glowing rocks that yellow Pikmin picked up seem to be explosive stones. Perhaps they know that these stones can be used as powerful weapons. The bomb rocks are dangerous, so I must take care when using them. But they should be able to blast open the stone walls that block the pathways. I may even be able to use them against some of the wild creatures. I must be vigilant. When I throw a bomb rock, carrying Pikmin, and give them orders, they will toss their bomb rocks at nearby walls or obstacles. The explosion power of the bomb rocks is tremendous, so I must keep my distance. Not just your distance, Olimar, but your Pikmin distance too. Because I have had bomb rocks destroy an entire party of Pikmin before. It is not a fun experience, but it is very easy to do if you're not careful. So, let's be very, very careful with those said bomb rocks. Here we got ourselves some new enemies popping out of the ground. You want to be very careful of these bugs, because I do not like them one bit. Take them out for now, as I do not want to deal with these said sheer grubs. Okay, come on, Pikmin. You can do it. Just one more, and now we can carry this said item off of the cliff. It's my whimsical radar! With this, I'll be able to see all nearby ship parts in a single glance. I just press plus to check it. This find fills me with great hope. Definitely something we want right away. And I took these enemies out specifically because after a while, these Pikmin will start coming back over to where we entered the said area, which is really important because we do not want these Pikmin going the other way. It just won't work out in their favor. Speaking of which, what are you doing, sir? Stop attacking the dirt. There's an enemy underneath the dirt, and that's what's going on. The enemy is taking priority in this case, which is interesting, but also kind of bad. But for now, let's just go ahead and get ourselves some more stuff, but we notice there's something going on here. I made yet another Pikmin-related discovery. Just when I was about to exceed 100 Pikmin in the field, the onions stopped expelling seeds. Yet the total number of Pikmin continued to climb. It seems that once there are 100 Pikmin in the field, subsequent seeds get stored inside of the onion. Thus, no more than 100 Pikmin can be in the field at one time in any area. So just like Olimar says, after 100 Pikmin enter the field, you can't have more than 100 of them in the area. The game just will not allow you to carry more than 100 Pikmin at once. But thankfully, we can still grow Pikmin. It's just they will be now deposited in these onions automatically, which is actually a really good thing in our case because we don't want too many Pikmin on the field at once, especially if they're not being attended to. So it's just better to keep track of all your Pikmin and having them in these said onions. And it's also faster too because it takes forever to pluck Pikmin in this game. So just being able to just take care of these Pikmin ourselves is just really nice by just putting them in the onion. But there we go, we got our next ship park back, the Whimsical Radar. Whimsical Radar. This important part can detect the location of other missing parts. The radar will be added to my monitor, which I can press plus to view. I can scan with the left stick or zoom with the right stick. This will surely help me in my search for the remaining parts. I have now recovered 3 of 30 parts. If I can just find 2 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. So, just like Olimar said, if we press the plus button here, we can now see a map of the area. We can move around the map with the left stick and zoom in and out here with the right stick. The stars indicate ship parts that we need to collect. We can see onions on the field here as well, colored in certain colors depending on the onion. We can see where Pikmin are located by seeing the little yellow and red dots on the screen. So this is a great way of keeping track of what Pikmin are doing what, and also where your next objective is here in the game. Unfortunately, there's no mini-map in Pikmin, which is perfectly fine, but some people would probably prefer a mini-map. So anytime you want to check your map, you do have to pause, and that can kind of break the pace a little bit, but it's not really that big of a deal in my opinion. In fact, it's something you get used to quite often, and you don't even need the map in a lot of different situations here in Pikmin 1. So it's definitely something that, yeah, again, modern games would do a little bit different, but at the same time, it doesn't really bug me. For now, let's just grab these said pellets. We got a blue pellet here, which we don't have any blue Pikmin, so I'm not exactly sure about this said pellet. I don't know how much that's gonna really help us. But now it's almost sundown, so we gotta hurry up and call over Pikmin back. My clock is indicating the approach of sunset. Pikmin waiting beneath the dolphin and onions will probably enter the onions on their own. But if I don't call the stragglers and add them to my group, they may not be able to get back. I am sure that the Pikmin still planted are safe, but I am somewhat concerned about leaving Pikmin to fend for themselves in the darkness. So, just like Olmar there says, we cannot leave any Pikmin just on the field at night on their own, because they will die. So we're gonna have to make sure any Pikmin that are left behind on their own that are not around an onion or even the ship, well, they're in our party, because otherwise we're gonna have a problem. But in this situation, everyone is going back home to their own areas, and they'll be fine. Speaking of fine, so is that Pikmin there. Kind of a concerning situation, but it's fine. Guys, move. Guys, move. Guys, move. That was concerning. Gonna throw more bombs here. At this point, we don't really need the bomb rocks for anything else, so I am just kind of wasting them. I'm gonna keep you around because I don't really need to kill that said enemy. The yellow Pikmin are back at their onion, so they're okay. So at this point, there's nothing left for us to really do. So I might as well try to get me some more nectar for the Pikmin that remain in the party. Problem with nectar is that Pikmin, they can be a little greedy with this stuff, and they can actually suck it up all on their own. A single Pikmin can drink a whole thing of nectar. It's definitely annoying, and it will happen to you at least once, if not multiple times on a playthrough. But that is the end of our day here at the Forest of Hope. The days in Pikmin 1 are a total of 15 real-world minutes. So, if you're not doing anything in the game, you're not getting any cutscenes, you're just playing straight gameplay, not pausing, you will have 15 real-world minutes from sunrise to sunset. If you're doing other things, obviously it'll take a lot longer, but do keep this in mind. 2 days since impact. It appears that many of my ship parts have landed in this region. If I can just recover the parts of my radar, I should be able to use my radar screen. How that would improve my chances. Then I only have to press plus to locate my parts. Yet there seems to be many hostile life forms here. If I am attacked and my spacesuit takes damage, I must return to my ship, stand in front of it, and press the A button to make suit repairs. As I explore, I must pay attention to my suit's damage meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. So thankfully we did get that whimsical radar, so no need to worry, Olmar. We have an easy way of actually seeing where everything is on the map. We sprouted a lot of Pikmin today, 118 in total, although we did lose one in combat. Rest in peace, that one red Pikmin. We will miss you, but your sacrifice was not in vain. Didn't leave a single Pikmin behind, as all the Pikmin unattended were at onions, so they came back home with us, thankfully. We got a total of 79 red Pikmin and 63 yellow Pikmin, so I say we're doing pretty good so far. So now with those stats out of the way, let's save our game and head back to the map screen. As now we can see in the Forest of Hope, we collected 2 ship parts so far. Just like Olmar said, there are a lot more ship parts for us to collect at the Forest of Hope, and we'll go back and collect more of those ship parts in the next episode. Next time on Let's Play Pikmin, we'll head back to the Forest of Hope, explore more of the area, and collect more of the dolphin ship parts. Thank you guys for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.